everybody, it's Debbie here. Welcome back to my Crafty Den. I just joined a group on Facebook for Canadian crafters, and I will put a link to that in the description box for this video. And on that, one of the first things that I saw was posted a bunny tag on a YouTube site called Papers and Stuff. Now, I didn't have much time to check the rest of it out, but I'm going to link the original YouTube channel where I got this idea in my description box. But so far, what I've done here is I have this dollar store roll of burlap, and I took just some brown, it's a really thin cardstock or a really thick paper. It's from one of the paper stacks. So one 12 by 12 inch piece of this, cut 6 of these tags that are 3 by 4 inches and 6 sets of ears. So I just Mod Podged them on one side, stuck them down, and then Mod Podged over the top, and I'm waiting for them to dry. And then I'm going to cut them out, and when I'm done, I'll come back and show you what I'm going to do with these. So I cut them out. I cut the ears out like this, and I left them attached a little wee bit. And the reason that I did that was because when I cut the cardboard pieces out for the ears, I folded the cardboard in half. Then I cut like this. And then when I had my 2 pieces cut out, I turned them open like this and glued them down on the, I didn't leave them attached, the cardboard's not attached, see? I glued them down on the burlap so that they were really close together in one spot. So I could leave them like this because I'll only work on one tag at a time, and I didn't want my ears to get mixed up when I had just free-handed them. And this way, each one is a set, a matching set, a mirror image of itself. So I've got my tag and I've cut one corner off. I'm going to flip it over and cut the other corner off so that I get a tag that has a nice even mark. Now, I should have done this a little bit wider here, I think, but I think it'll be fine. I'm going to punch a hole right here. That's difficult. There. It's harder to punch through that than you think. But I'll be able to get a ribbon through that. Now I'm going to take my ears and cut them apart. And I'll do this for each set as I'm using them. And I am going to see which way I like them the best. This way, I think. I'm going to put the ears on like this and glue them down. So I've cut them out and I've glued the ears on them. I just used Mod Podge, the same as I did to glue the I figured if it holds the burlap to the card, then it should hold the card that's on the back of the ears to the burlap as well. And then my next step has been going through with my acrylic paint. Now this is a little bit rough, so I just keep going over it until I have enough on there to get the coverage that I want. You have to keep rubbing it back and forth to try to get it in the little holes in the burlap. So I just used a nice big brush so that will hold lots of paint. And this is all I've been doing. So I'm painting I'm staying in about 1/4 of an inch from the edge of the ears on all of them, and just painting the insides of the ears and the face. So that's what I've done for the insides of the ears, like that. And then for the face, I've been starting up here between the two ears, filling this space across, and then going down around the ears, kind of sliding my brush in along underneath to get it down here so that it looks like it goes behind. Now, the next time I do this, I might paint the full face on before I glue the ears on, and then that way I wouldn't have to go around like that. So I'm just kind of doing just the shape of a face. So I am drawing the faces on, or painting the faces on, really. So what I'm doing, I'm just making a closed eyelid, just to mimic the same ones that she does. But I think hers are a lot more involved. You need to watch that original video that I saw. I'm using her same face shapes, but not doing it the same way that she did. These are for the kids' baskets, and I just want them to be a very simplified version. I'm trying to get them done really quick is what I'm trying to do, because I want to deliver these tomorrow. So I'm making these eyelashes really long. I didn't make them as long on all of them. So basically what I did was draw a curve, like just a curve shape, to mimic the closed eyelid. And then I'm drawing 5 lines down to mimic the eyelashes. Just like that. And then for the front of the nose, I'm just going to do the line down. I'm really just dotting this paint on because you can't really paint a straight line over the burlap. It's really difficult. So if you kind of just dot it on until you get a line, that's the best way I found it works, because you really can't paint this. And then at the end of each curve of the mouth, I'm just putting the whiskers. See that happy little face? And I'm going to do that on all 6 of them. I've got like 4 of them done. So I'll be back when I'm done. The next step was I took this teeny tiny little brush and the bright pink paint. I used the neon pink from this dollar store paint, and I painted a little triangle on for the noses. And now I am taking this little short bristled brush, and I mixed some white with this pink to really make it pale. And all I'm doing is, let me get in frame here so I can show you, is just above the whiskers and between the eye, I'm just making little cheeks. So I'm just dabbing my brush into this very little bit of paint, and with a very dry brush, but this is really stiff bristled, so it's really getting in there, and I am painting on little cheeks. This is just, it's so easy. So this one will just have little cheeks because I've got his face different. Every one of them is a little bit different because I've handmade them instead of gluing on exact same pieces. Some of them have got shorter eyelashes. Some of them have got longer eyelashes. I can't draw. We all know this already. But in this case, I don't think it matters. And there we go. So I have all the little faces on. Now it's time to let this dry. And it really has to dry good now. And while these are drying, I'm just being careful with them. And I've got all kinds of bling out. And I'm just putting, on this one, I just put a row of the rhinestones on the bottom. On this one, I put a row of the flat back pearls. On this one, I think I am going to use a row of these pink rhinestones. I think they'll be nice. And I'll show you how I'm putting them on. So I don't need the last two, so I'm just taking them off first and making this the right length. And then I am just very carefully holding this up. These now have sticky backs, and they're really good, but there's no way it's going to stick to this. It's not going to stick to the burlap. It just isn't. I know that. So the tiniest, see the tiniest little dab that I'm putting on here of glossy accents. I've found that when in doubt, glossy accents will stick almost anything down. So move it this way a little wee bit, get it straightened up, and push it down. See? And then I'll work on the tops next. Now, one of these is going to be for two of them have got to be for a boy's basket. So I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some red rhinestones on one, and I have kind of an idea here. So I'm going to do this. I'm going to put the glossy accents on. Get a little bit on there. Slide this up and we'll show you how I'm putting it on. There. This is a real rush job, but I just think there's so much potential for these little tags. I mean, if I could take my time and, you know, I had all the right embellishments and stuff, I could really glam these up a lot, I think. So that's that one. And I have an idea for the last one. I'm going to take a little piece of this satin ribbon and I'm going to cut it off. And I'm going to use another little piece, about an inch is all I need, I think. And I'm going to cut that off. And I'm going to take a piece, is that long enough? Not quite. I'm going to take a piece that's long enough to go across the bottom. And I'll show you what I'm going to do with it here. Let me move these ones out of the way so I can get this one in that I'm working on. There. So that's that. So I'm going to take this piece. I need my tacky glue. I really have to get myself some, I guess I'll have to get myself some of that Fabri-Tac, because I don't normally work with fabrics, and this is kind of fun. I'm just opening a new glue. So I'm going to put a tiny little dab on here. And this is why you should store your glue upside down. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to put a tiny little dab on here. And then I'm going to fold this over. And I am going to fold this over. And I'm going to take this piece and I'm going to fold it in half, and I'm going to try to give it a little crease, just a little crease, so that it's not going to be so hard to keep it folded. Oops, I don't need that thread. I'm going to take this, and I am going to take a teeny tiny little dab of this right on there, and I'm going to go to the back side. I'm going to put that on there. My fingers aren't the best when it comes to working with these little bits of teeny tiny stuff like this. So I need to scrunch this up, wrap it right around, and stick the other side down. Stay down, stay. I think I'm gonna, because I have to hold this until it dries, clip. I'm gonna grab a big clip and I'm gonna put a clip right on there and let that hold it until it dries. And I'm going to take this piece and I am going to put it here and glue it. I'm just gonna put a little bit of glue on here across the middle because the bow is gonna hold it, or the bow will cover it when I get it on there. I hope this looks okay when it's done. I'm kind of just guessing at this. So I'm going to put some glue right there. And I'm going to put this on here like that. I'm just going to tack it in the middle. Then I'm going to turn it over and put a little dab of glue. This might have been easier with a hot glue gun. I should maybe have gotten that out and turned it on. Next time I will, for sure. There. Another clamp. I've got these big bulldog clamps here. I could be using teeny tiny little wee ones. So there, put that one on there. It's kind of overkill, eh? And then I'm going to grab another one. These were just because these were on my desk with I was working on my last project. So I'm going to do that and let that sit down in the middle. I'm telling you, it was easier to put the pearls on. There, I'm going to let that dry, and when I'm done, I'm going to put the other little bow right there, and kind of like a little bow tie type of thing. So, with these ones, I am going to use different shades of pink and purple, I think. Ribbons, and I am going to front to back, of course, get going the right way, and pull it through. Gosh, I'm all thumbs tonight. I think this is what happens when you're doing this and you're tired. Huh. There, a little bit on the top of the tag. I'm going to trim this off. Okay, so I finished these up last night and then I let them dry overnight because there was a lot of paint that was soaking into the burlap and stuff. But you know what? For a really quick job, I think these turned out pretty cute. And I kind of like the painted faces on. Now, I didn't have any of that beautiful white pom-pom trim that that Papers and Stuff used to put along the bottom. So I kind of just made do with what I had because I just want to throw these tags on the kids' baskets. I think they're cute and they'll make a nice extra addition. So I'm just going to, when I'm on the back, they just looks like this. And I am just going to cut a piece of card that fits this part of the back of the tag and write a little personal note on the back of these for each one of the kids and stick them on there. I might even just use, you know, the Avery label stickers and just trim them to fit. So I did 2 because I have 2 grandsons. So I did 2 with the blue satin ribbon. They're cute. And what I did at the bottom here, see, was that I just wrapped a piece of ribbon straight around the bottom like I showed you. And then I made these little bows and I stuck them on. I think they kind of resemble a little bow tie. I think that's just adorable. I think the white pom-poms to, you know, resemble or to... I think that kind of indicates the tails, the fluffy bunny tails, which is so stinking cute. And I definitely will get some of that when I make these next year, because I'll be making these again. So here's the one that I put the sequins on the bottom, and I used a sheer purple ribbon at the top. This one has the pink rhinestones. My cat's playing with a piece of paper in the corner, so I'm sorry if it's making too much noise, but she has to be happy. She rules the house. Anyway, this one has the pink rhinestones and the pink ribbon at the top, and I absolutely love this one. This is my favorite. This one, I put some red rhinestones on the bottom because I just wanted to make the 3 girls all different. And I love the little hand-painted faces. I think they're cute. Everyone's a little bit different, and I think they're cute. This one, I didn't have a red ribbon that was I've got wide red ribbon. I've got really skinny red ribbon, but I didn't have any of this 1/2 inch. So I put some silver on here, and I think that's fine. And here's another one with the pink ribbon at the top again, but this one I put flat back pearls on the bottom. And I think this has got to be my second favorite. So I love this one, and I love this one. I just think they're adorable, absolutely adorable. But these are going on the kids' packages. The packages are being delivered today. Thank you for watching, everybody. Now, don't forget to go over to Papers and Stuff page and watch some of her things. I know these Easter videos are a little late for this year, but just think what you can do next year if you have a log of Easter videos stacked up and waiting to go. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, please give it a thumbs up. Don't forget to comment and share. And if you're not already a member of my YouTube family, please go to the corner right here and subscribe. So thanks so much, and have an awesome, awesome Easter, everyone.